they did not talk to me all day until I killed them. And I was just
wait, what?
So I killed them on TV. Yeah, I ain't kill him. I'm not murderer.
Let's hear it. What is this? It's boosted, bitch.
What's up, guys? It's Mer.
She's all cat. She's all cat.
Hey guys, welcome back to She's All Cap. We're on episode 29, and today we have one of my friends, Prince.
Yo. What up? What up? It's your boy Prince Hungoni in the flesh, and I'm here. I'm back in PA temporarily.
Temporarily.
The podcast.
Where are you normally if you're here temporarily today?
I'm always in the city, aka New York City. As you guys know, I do modeling, acting in Jersey as well, place of residence. But I'm always in the city though, for sure. Where?
What kind of modeling do you do?
So I actually just got done with New York Fashion Week. So yeah, I did runway modeling, which is like a little bit. I was looking for commercial modeling, but like, why not? My cousin, she sent me mad castings and whatever. She was just like, hey, go here, go there. And then I got into 1, 2, 3. So I was just like, oh, it's runway. Why not like walk into this door that's open for me? And boom, it just like get rolling. Now I got another show coming in October. So it's like, yeah, the ball is like rolling OD right now.
Wow,
so,
good for you.
What does a casting like look like? I've never done runway modeling, that's for sure.
A casting is like, it really all depends on where you're going. So if you're signed primarily, a casting, it'll be smaller. It'll be much smaller. But like if you're unsigned, it's an open casting. It just looks like a whole bunch of tall people in all black. And like you'll see tourists stop you like, what are you guys doing here? And everybody be like, we're here for a modeling casting. It'll be like 100 people waiting in line.
Outside?
So yeah, outside.
What about the winter and stuff?
Oh, it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. Now, I haven't touched it on the winter yet, but I know like there's a February fashion week, and I know I'm going to have to endure like some cold, harsh weathers in the city because you guys know it's...
That's wild.
Yeah,
right.
It's disturbing. It's disturbing.
Was working New York Fashion Week what you expected it to be?
It was everything and then some. Because I have like stories for days, especially my first show. Like the way that went was just like, cause all right. So the way I got into the first show I did, right? Like I said, my cousin, she sent me the casting for that. And as soon as I got into that show, I got casting and everything. We did the fitting. They showed me, I don't know if you guys saw that one picture on my Instagram with the pink suit and the flamingo hat, right?
Yeah.
It was fire.
So the story about the hat, I wasn't supposed to wear the hat. I was supposed to just be like this. Clean, cool. Some dude comes walking around. I'm 24th in line. It's 48 of us. And I'm 24th, like, to walk out. Some dude's just like, who's wearing this hat? Who's wearing this hat? And I'm just like, who's this dude talking to? Like, what the hell? And then he asked me, like, are you wearing this pink hat? I'm like, no, nobody told me I'm wearing this hat. Mind you, they have already changed my outfit 3 different times. So, like, with modeling, they change your outfit so many different times, like, on the fly. And, like, you'll never know what you're really wearing until the show starts. So the dude comes back after circling the line, says, actually, you're wearing this hat. I'm just like, okay. And like squeezes it on my head. And I have hair, so it's just like squeezing the hell out of my head. And I'm like, all right, bet. I'm wearing this hat, whatever. And then he pulls me and goes, and now you're going first. I'm like,
ooh.
Oh,
the pressure's on.
The funny thing is, I was telling 2 of my now friends, these models, this is like, yo, pressure makes diamonds or it breaks pipes. So you guys open the show, set the tone. And then as I'm walking down, like, you know, they pull you, like I'm like, I can walk. They're pulling me, and then all my voice just like, oh yeah, what happened? What was you saying? So now I'm just like, yo, the show's about to open. 3 minutes before I just find out I'm about to open the show. Now that's like immense pressure, but I live for that, like coming from sports and stuff, like embracing that moment, because if you don't, what do you have next? So I was just like, yeah, why not? So I'm going to tell my kids that one day. I don't have kids, but I'm going to tell my kids that one day, like, yo, your pops opened his first ever New York Fashion Week show. It was amazing.
Who did you work for?
So I worked for multiple different designers, and I did 3 shows. The first one was for the Confessional Showroom. They've done stuff with like Steph Curry and all these other people. I've like, since Fashion Week has started, my mind has been so fuzzy. After that, I did one named NYC Live at Fashion Week. So I did this one design. I did one designer twice at different shows, and it was named Katu Wear with the suit. So I had like the yellow suit, the pink suit, a green suit that you guys have never seen. That's where they changed my outfit. And then there's so many different designers that I've walked for. So I really forgot off this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I will tag you though, for sure, as I always do. But yeah, there was so many different designers that I walked for. But I have the pictures. You guys are more than welcome to seeing it. They're on my New York Fashion Week real. So yeah, they're there.
Do you get to keep these clothes or do you have to give them back? I always wonder that.
So there's some castings, they allow you to keep the clothes because some people have very specific measurements. It's just like no one else is ever going to have that measurement other than you. So like there's some people that have uneven arm lengths, you know? So when you measure arm lengths, you usually start at 32 and then you go up. Some people be 32 on one side and then 36 on the other, meaning like they look like this. So
Wow.
it's really bad. So in that instance, like you can keep the clothes, but for the most part, they take it back because they have other shows to like show that out
Showcase
for.
it?
Yeah, showcases. So like in that instance, like, they take it back. But if you're like an unorthodox built human being, like, and they just made that for you, you're probably gonna keep it because no one else gonna be.
Right.
Damn, well, those people are lucky then.
Yeah. Very lucky. Like that pink suit, I want that pink suit. I want that pink suit back. So,
Yeah, that was a fire look. It was put together
Yeah.
really well.
Right. Yeah, I need that suit back ASAP.
What was the vibe of like the show?
that was for real? Like when I went home, I was just like, this is like where I'm at my happiest, for real. That was the most genuine place I was ever at in my life. Like everybody was, for the most part, seasoned. They had done shows before. I was like raw. I had done nothing. I just started like full time doing this in August. It's September right now.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm doing Fashion Week like that. So the vibes are just very open. People are communicating. I originally come, you know, like from acting. So it's not really that much different, but you're still like a rookie. But I just love how welcoming, open arms everybody was, because in that industry, there's a lot of like fakeness, you know,
Right.
gatekeeping, you know, and I had none of that at all. The second show I ended up doing, we were there from 9:45 a.m. to 12 a.m. So
Wow, a full ass day.
yeah, that's fittings, makeup, hair, practicing the walk, because not every show does the same walk. Some shows do like a fast paced walk. Some shows do walk, pose, go back. Some shows do walk, turn right, turn, like there's so many different ways to walking. And like some shows do a T where you walk this way, you walk that way, and then you walk back. So there's so many different ways. There was so much
I'd
stuff.
get lost. I know it's just like one way. I'd be like, I don't even know. I couldn't do that.
I had
shit.
to have them like pause, like, can y'all break this down for me?
Yeah.
Because I'm not seasoned at all. I just need a little bit of help.
Did
for
you have
sure.
to get coached?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I'm still getting coached to this day.
Okay.
Like you should always be, no matter what level you're at, you should always be open to receiving that, because nobody's too grown or knowledgeable to learn more.
Yeah, you can always grow.
You always
Yeah.
grow, words. So like I'm still being coached to this day. I want the most knowledge I can recess, because if I don't, then I'll cap off like how far I can go. So
No cap.
Right.
word, no cap, word, facts.
Did you want to model your whole life? Where did this come from?
Nah, I didn't. So it really came from, Merd knows, I always have my tripod with me. So I'll always like set up, go to the city, take pictures, because I love dressing up. I love getting fly, whatever. But it came from already being in the acting industry, and people were just like, yo, if you like take pictures, you show off your outfits, you do TikToks, this, why don't you just like actually pursue it and try modeling? And I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do that. It's not really for me. I like acting, I like telling the story, but somebody opened my eyes of, you can tell a story without saying words. You feel what I'm saying? So I just tried it, and then I met my cousin this year. I was just like, I didn't know I had a cousin who's like 6'4" with blonde hair.
No.
And she's like, word. She's like, when you think of a model, boom, she pops up. So as soon as she opened that door for me, I already had my headshots, but this is like all my acting stuff. I just gave it to her. Right. And now I have all like my modeling comp cards, all the above. So I didn't want to do it my whole life, but I'm doing it now, and it's better than what I envisioned I would be doing at this point right now. You feel me? So
What were you doing before this? What was your job?
Before this, I was into journalism, right? And the only
I did
reason,
not know that about you.
yeah, that's like a dark period. It's a dark period. Oh,
I have my journal right here.
Nah, it was so bad, because it was like what do they call it? It was like the survival type of, like your fallback option. I didn't want to get into journalism because I wanted to do more sports based like things, you know? And once I realized that was going to be taken away from me, I had to realize, how can I be more in the sports space without like, one, injuring my body, two, dealing with sports politics? Like, I don't want to deal with that. I tried journalism, but one thing I didn't know is every university you go to has their own style of writing, has their own style of how they want you to portray their message. I just thought it was just like one bit, like, you write your own. Right. So that just completely turned me off. And I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like I need to be in this space anymore, but I need to be in this space where like I'm showing my face, I'm telling the story. What is it? And that's what led me to like the IG skits, all those videos that led me to acting, like all of the above.
Nice.
Or
What you said earlier that sports got taken away from you?
it did.
How?
It did. So as everybody knows, I'm not from Pennsylvania. I'm from New York originally. So I grew up playing soccer, transitioned into basketball. And my brother, he used to play high school basketball. His coach would actually come to my middle school games. My brother's older than me by 3 years. So I was like of the notion that I'd have not a spot solidified, but at least somebody's watching me work hard. So then when I get to the next level, they could watch me work harder, you know?
Right.
But then I had to move from New York to PA. So that's like a whole shift. And I didn't want to tell my friends that. And I still to this day, I regret not like letting them know like, yo, I'm moving. I just ghosted them. I just left, up and left.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Well, even, when you moved back to New York or over there, I was like, where the fuck did Prince go?
Disappeared. Some people think I live in LA.
You're one of those.
Yeah.
You
like,
a ghost.
You don't want to let people know where you're at.
Yeah.
You know, like let
I
them know.
really
after
never
you leave.
knew where you lived. Yeah.
Right.
The one time I picked you up in New York and I was like, I've been here before. I was like, what the fuck is Prince doing here? Because I went and picked up like a scammer. I was like, what is Prince doing living here?
Exactly. So I'm like all over the place. But yeah, I don't really like saying where I'm at for the soul. Like you see what happens to like these celebrities. I'm not saying I'm a celebrity, but you gotta, if you plan on being, one day, if you plan on being like right here, you gotta start moving like that early. You can't like, oh, I'm gonna start moving like this once I hit some subscribers or a million. No, you gotta have that like foreground now. So then when the time comes, you know how to move accordingly, because you don't want to turn into another one statistic and two, like somebody who's just moving wacky didn't know, oh, I shouldn't put my location out. So when I go to LA, I'll post my pictures after I already left.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? When I go to all these places, I already left that. You guys think I'm there, but I'm not. I'm in PA, I'm gone. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to be a ghost. You got to be a ghost for sure. For safety reasons only, though.
So on that topic, today it just came out. So I'm sure you heard of PNB Rock, how he was murdered. It came out today that it wasn't one of their followers. It wasn't because the girlfriend posted their location and everything. It was like a 17-year-old and his dad. His dad was driving the getaway car, waiting outside of it, but they were already at the restaurant. They just happened to see PNB Rock and just did it there. So it was not premeditated. It was not from the location. It was just randomly, and it was a 17-year-old.
Wait, so the dad and son, they wanted to kill him in the first place? And
No, they were just eating there, and then they saw him there, and probably, let's rob him.
Oh.
Damn, that's bad. R.I.P. That's like really bad, because I thought it was like how everybody was saying, oh, the location and stuff, because it was so much attention on just that location, because she had done it before apparently. Like, please don't quote me, guys, but there's a story saying that she did it before, where she put out the location and him and her were beef over that, and then she did it again, and then boom. But like rappers from LA have already said like, yo, like y'all need to watch out back, because it's like the Wild Wild West out here. Like nobody's really safe. Biggie, Pop Smoke, they've all died in LA. So
I do. The one thing I want to say is, obviously I have a big following and everything. I feel bad for people. I feel bad for myself and every other celebrity. We're just trying to live life. This is social media. It's supposed to be a place where you're social. I think that we need to more crack down on crimes and burglaries and everything, because we're just trying to live life. Why can't I post what I'm doing? And it's just kind of stupid, you know? I mean, I understand these big celebrities. Why are you rocking around 50 chains, fucking 3 Rolexes and all this bullshit? Like, that's stupid, I think. But I just feel like it's a little sad that we can't even live life.
Yeah,
you know?
This is like I don't want to move like a ghost. Like, I want people to know, like, hey, I'm here. I want to meet people organically, sometimes off of social media. I don't want to have to wait a week to post something just off of safety. You know what I'm saying? Like, I find that so corny. But you know what that really is? Some people's purpose in life, they realize that they're not going to be able to achieve anything higher than trying to take something from you. Or take something from you.
True.
You feel me? And they try to capitalize that as much as they can. And when the moment comes, they take it. Right. When it comes, people kill people. Like that's just the fucked up world that we live in. And it's sad, because it all starts when you're a kid. If you're taught that you can achieve anything you want, nobody will be so envious. I always say envy is worse than hate.
Right.
Envy is worse than hate, because that's here.
And that's an evil eye. They're manifesting your downfall without them even realizing it half of the time.
Right. Yeah. And when that moment comes, they just capitalize on it. And it's very sad. Like, especially having a big following, like, you're now like under a spotlight.
Yeah.
And now you have to move. Everything has to be tactical. You can't slip up. You have to be tactical as hell. And that's sad because people just wake up to say, all right, I'm going to ruin Sam's life today. I'm going to ruin Mer's life today. That's why
I have a lot of people that do that.
You know, like,
it's because they hate their own life. They're so unhappy with themselves.
Yeah. And I never want anyone to think like it has anything to do with you, because you wake up thinking I have to become a better version of me, better than I was yesterday, you know, but these people can't think that way.
Yeah.
They've already capped off how far they can think. They just got to take from you now. I don't know where that gets them personally. That's like my life's journey to find out where the hell does that get you? Like, for real, let me know. And still, I won't forgive you for that, because like that's not justified, bro. Like, there's so much more to life than hating or being envious on somebody. But some people, they're not raised that way. They're not taught that way in school. Some people are just taught to be like underneath, and then there's people who are taught to be bosses, like y'all, like me, like people who teach themselves. Like, people who realize like nobody else gonna teach me this. I'm gonna teach myself this. I know there's more to it. Right. Every day, I bet you guys wake up saying, I know there's more to me, like getting to the next level for sure. But they're not taught that. It's unfortunate, but I will never like excuse that. Like, just because you weren't taught don't mean you can't learn yourself.
Exactly. There's so many sources for education and just motivational speakers, everything like that. You have the ability to create your entire future yourself and learn any information you feel like you weren't taught.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. For sure. So never ever think that like where somebody labels you is where you're going to be for the rest of your life. You got to pave that way for yourself. Like, I know we kind of have a destiny when we're born, but you can try your absolute best to try to alter it. If that destiny comes from like, there's people who are children of incest, there's people who are children of like rape. You don't have to be a product of that. You feel what I'm saying? You can be better. You are not that. You feel what I'm saying? But some people don't rise above that. Some people keep going through unfortunate things, and it's very sad, but you don't have to be that. It's easier said than done, but like, I hope this gets put up. You don't have to be that. You don't have to be that for sure.
Do you feel like your friends are a big influence to your future and your mindset?
So this is about to be a little bit controversial. So some of my friends, I think, not friends, acquaintances. Some of my acquaintances show me how not to move. Yeah. Because I see, like, they say. How so? So I'll see people make dumb decisions. Like, they went into that making the decision with, like, heed my advice, you shouldn't make that. And they do it anyways. And that just shows me how not to move. Because if I put myself in that position, one, it compromises not just me, but those around me. That's what I care about at the end of the day. So everybody who's really around me, I have to think about, how does this affect me and those around my family? Like, everybody, I have to think about it that way. So with my friends, I'm very particular, like, how goal oriented are you? Like, do you want the same things as me? Not in the sense of like, do you want to model? You want to act, bro? Like, no. Like, do you want to be the most successful version of yourself? And that's how I choose my friends. Like, if you're loyal to that idea, if you're also loyal to not gatekeeping, yo, we could be friends all day. And that's who my circle is to this day. Like, I always have friends who push me. I don't need yes men, because a yes man won't help you grow. A person who challenges how you think, a person who says, do you really want to subscribe to that theory, and makes you like look outside the box, those are your real friends. You feel what I'm saying? I look for those people more than anything and remain goal oriented. And also I look for the people who made those mistakes and take accountability for it. Say, hey, Prince, I did this and that when I was younger, or I did this and that when I was your age, blah, blah, blah. But don't do that.
Right. I'm going to give you some guidance and help you. What I didn't learn at that point yet, I'm going to teach it to you. Right.
Exactly. I look for those types of people, because accountability is so overblown. Like, nobody has it. Everybody says they have. Nobody has it at all. And I look for people to be as accountable as possible, because if you could hold yourself accountable, you are a leader. That means you can hold everyone around you accountable. I need somebody to hold me accountable too, because I'm gonna hold you accountable for sure. Yeah. If you slipping up and be like, yo, you slipping for sure. You're fucking up the bag for yourself. It's not affecting me majorly because I'm a focus, but what does affect me is seeing you affected. And I can't have that around me. I can't have that.
What I just read, so I'm sure you know who Mark Cuban is. He said the hardest thing about becoming successful and rich was actually his friend group. was him just becoming so successful and his friends staying where they were. And he said that they all came from the same place. They all had the availability to be successful. He was talking to them and everything. And I deal with this here and there. I tell Mer sometimes when like I go out, people just expect me to pay for everything because I'm successful. I've had to deal with losing friends because of it, because then they wouldn't even bring out their checkbook, or like, not a checkbook. I act like I'm fucking like 69 years old.
But they just grab on like a leech, and it's like they think you have something to offer them that in their eyes is greater than friendship. Like,
so it's really hard becoming successful. You need to make sure your circle is there for you, whether you're successful or not, as long as you just have the right circle and they're not using you. It's so important.
Where I want to always pay attention to somebody's end game. I always look at that, like, first and foremost. If I ever get into a friendship with you, I want to see what is your end game for sure. And if that end game falls in line with my end game, like, of course, you're going to be buddies, you're going to be friends for sure. But if that end game is more like, how much can I gain from you? How much can I take from you? Not put into you, but take from you. Oh, nah, it's a red flag. People don't outright say, like, how much can I take? But you sense it, you see it. And if you ignore it, you fucked up the bag for yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie.
And just people's energy. Like, sometimes you can walk in a room and you can tell that you're just not going to vibe with this person, or like you have like an evil eye or something radiating off of you.
Or there's some people, you know who you are. There's some people who legit just come into the room, want to take everything that you've worked for and act like they're owner of the room. Like, I hate when people walk in a room and saying, oh, I'm the leader, I'm this, I'm that. A real person who's really an alpha, or an alpha, whatever you want to call it, don't have to say it. You don't ever have to say it. You sense it, like you just said. But the people announcing it, those are the people you got to watch out for. Announcing their moves, announcing what they did. Like at Fashion Week, some dude, all he was doing legit was just telling people how he's been on this, and that. And I'm just like, that's cool. But I didn't even want to bring up what I've done, because I really don't care to get into that match. Right. But like, to announce that it's like, what are you trying to add value to yourself?
They're trying to impress you.
Like, bro, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Like, what impresses me is solidarity. What impresses me, like, not gatekeeping. What impresses me, like, yo, Prince, you should work on this to lead to that, because this is where that got me. You feel what I'm? Don't tell me, yo, you know I've been on this, and that. Like, okay, like, I really don't care. I really don't care, because I could pull out that card too, but what does that do for me? Right. Nothing at all.
But I did hear that you were on CSI, a little birdie to my right.
That's the show you were on, right?
Nah, it wasn't CSI. It was on the ID channel, on the Investigation Discovery channel, this one show named Homicide City, and then this one show named Diabolical. And I got some other projects in the works right now. I won't say that. I won't mention it until y'all see it for sure. But that was an amazing feeling, because it was fresh out of me graduating from the academy. So I graduated the academy in September of 2019, and then in January 2020, I was on TV. So it's just like, wow, the ball
That's
really,
awesome.
It was like amazing. Ball
and you're
really gets
seeing
rolling.
yourself like catch your goals, literally. Everything you like pray to manifest.
Every single thing. Like, I think I have the video. I'm like in my boxers finding out, like, yo, I just got casted. There's the call sheet. I got to be there at 7 a.m. I'm like crying. Like, for real, I'm crying. Every like big moment I cry, I pray to God, like, because I prayed for this. And now I'm here, you feel me? So I'm always so grateful for it. Like, even when I got here today, like, I just said, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Titan. Titan's my car name, by the way. But I named my car.
There was a little pride getting here, but Titan got you here.
Yes.
What do you drive?
Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's all black.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So I think I'm very grateful for every single moment. And like, the moment I got into that show, that was crazy. That was the first time I had to really like get into my acting role versus school. Like, you could kind of mess around a little bit, but on set, I was the lead character on the first TV show I did. And it was wild, because the people who I was supposed to kill in the show, they did not talk to me all day until I killed them. And I was just
wait, what?
So I killed them on TV. Yeah, I ain't killing them. Right. I'm not a murderer. But so I get into the holding room. There's a holding room. You have to wait until your scenes are shot. And I'm trying to like introduce myself to everybody.
Like a break room kind of?
Right.
Okay.
A break room, food, desks. You could chill there, be on your phone. and I'm trying to introduce myself to everybody. The only person who spoke to me was the person I was killing with and robbing with.
Okay.
But the people I was killing, like, they wouldn't speak to me. I'm just like, yo, did I do something wrong? What did I do for real? But then at the end of the day, they like say, oh no, we were just like trying to get into character, like trying to disassociate as much as possible to prepare ourselves for the moment. So it was like oh, okay, this is what acting is for sure. Like you come in to that ready. Like you don't try to be buddy and then try to turn it on once the cameras are rolling. Nah, it starts beforehand.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, the show I did after that was a little bit more gruesome because I was like more of a henchman. I forgot what I did. Oh, I had to beat this one dude's body with a 2x4. And if you see the scene, it looks like I'm hitting a body. It's just a sandbag, y'all. Sorry. It's a sandbag. But I'm holding this heavy ass 2x4 and I'm just like smashing him. And a lot of it, like a lot of the emotions you see on TV, those are real. Those are completely, like they make you take so many takes. It gets you to like, all right, I'm either annoyed, I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm happy. Like so many different takes. Those are real emotions. So like to the people who can turn it on just like that, yo, teach me. But like it's very organic what you see on TV for sure. And then of course the projects that I got coming up, I will tell you guys about that off camera. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I definitely will tell you guys about that for sure. I'm excited for that. So like the ball is really rolling and all of this is without an agent. So agents, holla at me because I really do put in the work, yo. I really do.
But I feel like agents, so I mean, I don't do the type of modeling you do, but I feel like I've been doing what I do since 2012 and a lot of the agents, they take like a lot of fucking money rather than you getting the job yourself and you getting 100% of the money. Right. Don't you see that? Like, I mean, I know I've seen that. I'd be in the same room as somebody that came from an agency and they're like, yeah, what are you getting paid? And I'm like, bro, like triple you, like, I don't know. And she's like, maybe I shouldn't be with an agency. I'm like, yeah, but I do see like both sides. Like, I'm sure you get way more jobs and
way more. So it really depends on one, the agency you're with, and two, just to touch on your first point, this one model that I met it's crazy how I met him. Cool dude. He told me like he'll book jobs for this project, that project, and his agent will take 30%. I was just like, wow, 30%? Bro, what? I was taught like 10%, 20 at max, 30? So if you make what, 100K, that person that's a lot of money you just gave to your agent. Right. So some agencies, it really depends on how much you get. You really gotta read your contracts, y'all. Like for real, the fine print matters. Like I don't care if I'm at the bank refinancing my car, I'm reading that. Y'all gonna wait.
Because they're going to get you at there's going to be something that you're like, fuck, if I would have just read that. Exactly. I wouldn't be here.
It's OD. And some agencies let you do non-exclusive contracts, which are really dope. So you don't have to necessarily like every job you book, like if you book it on your own, you don't have to give that to your agent at all. You did that by yourself. Now, if they do the footsteps, put you in a room, you booked it, then you got to do your due diligence, give them their percentage. But most agencies be trying to finesse. Yeah. Most of them be trying to finesse, especially for people who are new without knowledge. It's so sad. They take advantage of them. Yeah, it's
and then they lock them in for like a couple years and they don't even know.
To trap them.
Right. It's OD. So if you're going to do a non-exclusive contract, that's great. Exclusive contracts are good too if you have a solid agent. If they are all about their business and about you and the best thing for you, that's fine. Like both avenues. It's the same thing to a signed artist versus an unsigned artist to a music label. It's fine. Like you can be a signed artist as long as they're putting in those footsteps for you and you have the right team around you and they actually care about you. It's cool. But there's some agents in the modeling industry acting, they will shelve you for the more marketable face, even though you put in more work, but they're more marketable. They're gonna show. It's very sad. It's a cruel world. It's cruel. It's very cruel.
How important do you think networking is? Like, do you network a lot to get different like offers and everything?
OD networking. That's most of the job, to be real. And then once you book it, you're there. But for the most part, like I met this one girl a few weeks ago at some rooftop named Jimmy Soho. If you guys ever been there in the city, she was just like, yeah, so I actually went to the same school as you. I'm like, word, when'd you go? So she graduated 8 days after me and she's in some movie with Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway. I'm like, what? Like what how like put me on, like how did this happen? So networking definitely got to do with a lot of it, but I always say you shouldn't go into a situation trying to say, all right, what can I get for everyone in here? Nah, if you're gonna go out, first of all, I had the intention of having fun.
Right.
That's the first. And then what happens after that happens after that. Because I've been in situations where I've been invited to some places like, yo, Prince, there's going to be this person, that person, these people can help you. And I go there and they're doing like things you really shouldn't be doing. I'm just like, all right, this is what I'm talking about. This can compromise me, my image. And I left. You feel what I'm saying? So networking got a lot to do with it. You always want to make sure that you go in with the intention of how can I give to this person? How can this person help me? But at the end of the day, how can I have fun? Because networking is the job too. So,
yeah. I actually saw a quote this morning and it said, there are people so obsessed with the idea of networking that they now only see others as tools. Do you feel like there's a thing as too much networking?
There is definitely a thing of too much networking, OD. Like I just said, if you fall into the trap of how many people can I take from, you'll definitely fall into that like aura. But you should never try to go into any atmosphere saying how much I can take from somebody. I've had some I've had some people who had hit me up speaking about like, yo, how can I bring, and I'm not like, guys, I'm not big, but I find I walk as if I am big because you have to. I'm not big or anything, but I have some people who have hit me up saying, yo, how can I get into this? I have no problem sharing that because why would I hold that? Why would I gatekeep that? Those people, there's some people who have taken what I've given them and who have reached some levels and have disconnected contact.
Yep.
Like I'm not saying like scratch my back, but I'm just saying like yo, let me know how it's going.
Right.
Like put me on, like
update me.
Don't just like take the keys, start the car and then drive off. You feel what I'm saying?
It's like if you're helping somebody, it's because chances are you care about them and you see a future that they may not even see for themselves yet. Especially if they're asking you for help, they see such a future for you.
Right.
So
and I'm always trying to help anybody as I can because not a lot of people were trying to help me. And I always realize, yo, whenever I'm going to be in a position where I have some type of like pull, some way to help somebody, I'm going to help them. Now, that don't mean like give them every single thing, but that does mean be an available resource for a person to rely on you, to speak to you, like what they're going through. Like, hey, Prince, how was it when you did this, this, and that? How did you get to this, this, and that? But like, if they start to ask about like, yo, how much you got paid? Like, how much you being paid? All right, come on now.
Right, that's a little much.
What are we doing now? Like, for real, what are we doing? Are you really in this for the money? Or are you in this because you care about it? Or are you in this because you want to just take everything from me? You got to really filter that out for sure.
Right. How old are you? I forgot to ask.
22, turning 23.
Oh, wow, you're young.
We're 23 in 3 weeks or however many weeks, but October 13th, 23.
You speak very like mature, so.
I get that a lot for the most part, but it's like from learning, like I said, off of the mistakes of others. Because there's more people my age who I don't want to hang out with versus like the people who are older than me that I do want, like I want to like be in, not competition, but I want to be racing with y'all. Right. I want to be like right next to y'all.
I want to sit at the same table.
Yeah, I want to sit at the same table because I see like a lot of people my age doing trivial things. Like for real, you really living in the moment just for the moment. And then tomorrow you're looking for the next moment.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm living in the moment to see how many moments follow after that. What can I build from this moment right here? I'm not just trying to be like moment to moment and like, oh, I'm burnt out. Where's my next fix? It's like some people are like junkies for just the moment and not getting anything out of that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I don't really chill with people. Notice I don't really chill with people my age. It's very minimal because sorry, it's stereotype, but I got to stereotype myself too. So I'm throwing myself in that boat. But like you always have to take accountability for sure, one, and throw yourself in there before people say, oh, you can't point the finger. But like, yo, like people my age on average, like really.
No, it's true. I always hang out with people that are older than me as well. Or a lot of the times I'll hang out with people that are younger than me, but I'm mentoring them or like stuff like that. Like I want to help you. Yeah.
We're
because you still see a future. When I was your age, we have a similar future. So young that we were like looking for.
Like I'll give people pointers on like credit. Like my parents, for instance, like I'll give them some pointers on credit because they weren't brought up the same way I was brought up. They're immigrants from Africa. So like they learn from me as well. I learn from them as well, their mistakes and their like wins. I learned from all of that. And then I try to give that to people my age. Like, yo, I got a car, but this is how I did it. This is how I went about it. And like one thing I had to learn this year, this is one of my favorite years ever, is like one thing about credit. It's not about your credit score. It's about your credit history. what does your credit history show? That's how you'll get like more like leniency from banks and like from grant, like all of that. It's about your credit history, not your score. Because I went into the dealership saying, "Hey, I got this. What up?" They're like, "Nah, what you got behind that?" I was like, oh, "What you mean? What you mean? I got this score right here." But like, it's really about like gems like that. You want to really give that to everybody. But people my age don't care about that. People care about just quick things, quick money, quick. Nah, bro, like build the foundation first and then you'll get it'll come to you.
Yeah.
Like when you stop chasing things, it'll come to you for sure. Always.
First thing I want to say is, do you have an LLC?
An LLC? No, I don't.
Well, here's my help to you.
Let's get it.
And
Let's
you
get it.
really need to make an LLC, because that's the first thing I teach all my girls. I'm like, the first thing you need to do, you need to make an LLC, even if it's just Prince LLC.
Right.
You need to. You can be writing off your travels. You can write this off coming here. You can write off your clothing. You can write off everything, your gym, everything. I think the first step for any influencer, anybody in this space, you need a LLC. Right now, I just started my third one.
Oh, wow.
I think they're only like around $700. So it's really not anything.
The startup one you can get for like $132, and you can pick like different packages or something like that.
I didn't even know that. See, like
you need to do an LLC. That's the first thing I teach any of the girls I mentor. You really need to do that.
I did not even know.
And
that.
then you're like,
fine.
nobody can take your name essentially later on too.
Because it's
So
like your
you're
own
locked
brand,
in.
basically.
Yeah, you
Got
are
it.
a brand.
Got it.
You're
Got
working
it.
for yourself. You're
Word.
building your own future. So
Word.
if it's on paper, then there you go.
Right. Word. Noted.
And
all the stuff.
For me,
noted.
obviously, that boosted chick, I have a hard time putting Samantha Gangware and that boosted chick separately, and I find myself in like this little chaos, and I'm like, who am I?
Right.
But it's really good in that aspect too, money wise. If something bad would happen to you or your money, you could always be like, no, that was the LLC. Like, it's really good to have them two separate, money wise and business wise. If something crazy happens or if somebody sues you, it's not you getting sued, it's your like brand. You know what I mean? It's different. It's very important to have an LLC.
I did not know any of that, like legit.
And then you can tax off your car and stuff too.
Yeah.
If you work for yourself, I just learned that you can tax off a G-Wagon, an Escalade.
Don't play with me.
Yeah,
Now.
yeah.
They have to be over 5,000 pounds. So that's why it has to be like a huge vehicle to tax off 100% of it. But you can still tax off a certain percentage of any car.
Right.
But if it's a huge, like a pound car,
Right.
then you can tax off the whole thing.
I did not know any of
And you
that
can
at
transfer
all.
the
This
car
is-
to your business name too.
Yep.
Yo, I'm gonna like after this, I'm taking my iPhone, like I'm writing all of this stuff down for real because I was just
You don't need to.
talking-
You're going to be on the pod.
Yeah, I'm gonna run it
Just
back.
yeah.
I'm gonna run it back. I was just talking to my friends like about like your brand. You gotta care about. And now here you guys are giving me gems about, yo, Prince, you gotta do this for your brand. And like the
your
entity,
brand at
you
the
feel
end
me?
of the day, I always say your brand is just the future you see for yourself. That's all it is.
Word,
And
word.
every step, every single thing you're doing to get there.
Word. That's absolutely true. I agree with you.
And another good thing is, sorry, I'm like ranting. I love helping people. I don't know.
I love taking information. So word.
But like for me, obviously, I mean, I'm a different type of model, and I get some type of stuff gets leaked, and I need it taken down. It's better to have that LLC and that you're a business and be like, I don't approve of this.
Right.
This is my business, and you need to take it down.
Wow, I
So-
didn't know that.
And if you see something that you don't like, it's harder to just be like, hey, I'm Prince. Take it down. Do you know what I mean? It's better to be like, this is my business and that's my brand. Take it down, and it's most likely taken down right away.
Okay. All right. Word. Definitely no. Because I feel like once I get into that space I really, really want to be in, it's gonna be a lot of. So I definitely want what you just said for sure. Damn, that sucks. Leaks and damn, I don't want any of that to happen to me. But I do
Well, I
want to
mean,
be able to fight it though.
Yeah, even
Word.
if you're in a movie or something one day and somebody's pre-recording like an outside movie scene.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Those people never get jobs again.
And I feel like you'll be taken more seriously if you have your own
LLC.
LLC.
Word.
Yeah.
It
Starting
puts
this
the pressure
today.
on a little bit. Yeah.
I'm doing this today. Like every time somebody gives me a gem, I literally, all right, one, go on YouTube, do more research on it. Two, I make sure I do it.
Yeah.
LegalZoom.com. That's what I
Yeah.
Or,
Very easy.
And then it helps you with your finances low key too, because it motivates you like, oh, I'm going to get the checking account. And then I'm only buying stuff on this card for this, and then you're building the credit for the business and everything. So
building the credit for that is that's fire. That's fire because
Yeah.
I'm always like I have 3 credit cards, so I'm always like, all right, this is for that, this for that, this for me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So some things pay themselves, some things like work for me, but just for that, like that's very dope. Like, all right, this is for the business. It's like I really need to. Yeah, I'm gonna get in tune with that. That's fire. I appreciate you guys for telling me that. That's dope for real.
And on that, my side of leaking stuff and everything, exclusive content.
Okay.
Did you ever think of making an OnlyFans?
Yeah, that was a question I wanted to know as well.
Word. So now, guys, I'm not against OF. I'm not against OnlyFans. Like, if you want to make your bread, go get it. I would only make it if, the pictures I post on IG, gym pictures with my shirt off, that's like the most comfortable I am personally taking pictures, like raunchy, I guess you can say. But I personally would never start it just because like I don't really feel the need to, you know. But if you feel like that can get you bread for sure, yo, go do it. I'm just not comfortable doing it myself. I like posting my gym selfies, and that's pretty much it. But like, I'm not against it at all. I'm not against it. Word.
If somebody came to you, like a photographer or something, or for modeling, if somebody was like, I'm looking for a nude model, would you do that?
There's one way I'm doing that. Okay. So there's, I think it's GQ or Sports Illustrated. Like a lot of athletes do that one thing where like they jump in the air, they're holding like a football or basketball and they're naked. That's the only one I'm doing. Yeah. That's the only one I'm doing. Other than that, like I'm not going to do anything else. Where I've always wanted, like from being an athlete, I wanted to do like, all right, whatever like photo shoot I gotta do. Oh, that's all right, I gotta do that. Bet I'm like already like in shape for sure. I'll do that. But like anything like so, that your partner should see, like nah, chill. I'm gonna hold off on that. But if you want to sell like the content you make that you do with your partner, yo, get your bread. Get your bread. If you're comfortable doing that, go do it. I'm not gonna hold you back. Or
now, would you ever date somebody that has an OnlyFans?
Damn, I really never thought about that. If I would ever date somebody, I mean,
you never thought about it. Almost every girl has an OnlyFans.
Nah, I really never thought about it. Like, all right, so it really depends what they're posting. So that's if they're posting like full nudity, I personally would not. But if they're posting like, oh, they're in their bikini or like that's the most naked they'll be, I guess, yo, go ahead.
Is it because you want that reserved for just you?
For just me.
Yeah.
Word, for just me. Now, if like, I know that there's some creeps out there. I know y'all know this. There's some creeps out there that like just have like you guys probably have wallpapers of yourself in somebody's room. I'm not gonna lie. You probably do. And if I know that my girl got like, there's a poster of her in somebody else's room with that picture, I'm gonna be like, I guess it's like an ego trip a little bit.
You can't sleep at night.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, you really got that in your room? That's tough. That's tough. But I really never thought about like, would I date a girl with the OnlyFans? But if you out here posting like everything, like I personally can't. 'Cause I feel like that should be reserved for me. And if I'm out here doing the same thing, you should have the same, like keep the same energy. Like you shouldn't date me as well if I'm posting that. I'm not gonna have like a double standard on that at all. Word. So there you have it on that for sure.
All right. I mean,
you never know though.
Because
even before I was like, I would never make an OnlyFans, and now that I saw I think if you saw what it really was, I think your mind would change. I feel like a lot of people, you go into it thinking of a stereotype, and then once you get into it, you're like, oh, that's not what I thought it was gonna be.
So like, what I know some of my friends, I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta put y'all out. Some of my friends have like indulged in some females OnlyFans. So I want to know like, what really is the space? Like I heard some people post gaming content on there too. So is the space like just a safe space to post anything? Like
anything.
Oh, that's okay.
There's girls that do like fitness and they do like yoga meditations and they teaching yoga. And
we almost put our podcast on OnlyFans TV. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just a better way to make money because YouTube and all YouTube doesn't pay anything. We're not getting paid yet on this.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So OnlyFans is just another way.
Okay. Oh, that's dope. So basically monetization. I hope that's a word. I think that's a word. Monetization and you can post anything without having like, you don't get flagged on OnlyFans though.
No.
Right? Well, OnlyFans TV, you can though. Yeah. They have a little bit of rules, but it's easier than YouTube. Like everywhere else still has more rules, but OnlyFans has a little bit less. Unless you're just on the OnlyFans, and it's like a free for all.
The only thing I don't like is I can't smoke on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What?
They are against like marijuana.
Wait, only normal OnlyFans? What?
You can like sneak it in. I'm not trying to get in trouble, but you can like sneak it in. Right. But I would rather have my caption be like, yo, smoke this bong with me. I'm fully nude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hit this bong. You cannot. It will get deleted. You're not allowed to.
Wow.
I'm assuming you can drink on there, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. You can put poison in your body and influence. Yeah. But,
That's
wow,
crazy.
I didn't know that.
That is crazy. Wow.
Good to know. I definitely put out a lot of content of me smoking.
I got in trouble. And I got in trouble for guns, too. You can't have, like, guns on there. I just went to the shooting range, and I was just... shooting and it got deleted too, and I was like, bitch, I'm in like a shooting range, it's legal. Like,
do they have like a certain amount of times you can do something before your account gets deleted?
I found that I've had a lot of violations. I'm not really sure, and I've not been deleted.
And you're still good.
But I don't know. I've heard of photographers getting deleted, but not really like a lot of models. Like unless they're like lying. The only things I've seen people get deleted for is lying. Like, hey, this is gonna get super bleak out, but I am fucking this man, like, da-da-da, and he put it in my ass, and da-da, and then they pay for it to open, and then it's like a whole different video of like them in the shower.
Oh, clickbait.
Yeah, essentially clickbait.
Yeah. So girls will get deleted for that. I've seen that multiple times.
Oh, okay.
Because they'll make so much more money if they click and open it, and then if somebody's not like, oh no, give me my money back.
They're basically doing what YouTube is like clickbait central, but they're doing like with exclusive content. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy. OnlyFans is like a whole different entity. Because I see it in a lot of people's bios, and then there's some people's bios like it's kind of hidden because I think there's something named a link tree, and they have like their Snapchat or their socials, and then OnlyFans, like it says exclusive content. So some people don't really have it put. Like I really don't be known who has one. I don't look for it. But like, I don't really know who has one. Some people just have it plastered in their bio. So
yeah.
So say you were dating a girl and you didn't know she had an OnlyFans, and then you found out she did. You would break up with her?
What does the content have? What does the content have?
I don't know anything
Topless.
really. Because at the end of the day, you're still knowing another man is getting the satisfaction, even if it's just a bikini picture.
Right.
And let me tell you, I'm sorry, but I'm going to make up this statistic, but like 95% of these girls who say that they don't do nudes on OnlyFans are liars.
Oh, 100%.
Like, come on, bitch. You ain't doing just bikini. I know you slide in.
Right.
You slide in on the side. Like, you know what? I will show you my tits for $500. Like,
right. Nah, bikini.
When I started, I was like, oh, even you were like, you can just do bikini. I was like, actually, you were like, OnlyFans is getting away from all of that stuff. I was like, sure, I'll sign up. And I was like, a week later. Titties out.
She said she was gonna wait, and I was like, okay, yeah, wait as long as you want. Next week, she's like, I accidentally showed my tits. I'm like,
game over.
And I did not do it right. I was just like,
you deleted it though?
No.
Oh, you can. The first picture. To answer your question,
I sent them out for free on accident a couple of times at first, and I was fucking up.
I don't know. I feel like if you get to that point, you're already dating that person, and then it comes out that, yo, you're gonna be like, I don't love you no more.
Yeah,
can't do that. You're gonna talk. You're gonna have a lengthy conversation about it. It's probably gonna change a few things. But if you really love that person and that's what they're doing, you have to learn, because in every relationship you learn something new about someone every day. So if that's one of the things you learn, now you have to learn how to adjust to it. You feel either you adjust or you get up out of there.
Yep.
There's only two options. That's the only thing. So you said topless, and that's dicey. That really is dicey. Damn. So there's a picture. You know what? Everybody has had one picture that they don't want to take before. Now, some people have intentionally taken those pictures. Some people have not.
yeah.
I'm going to just roll with that mentality and say, yes, I would still date the person for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to just roll with that for sure.
Okay.
I know that dating is hard in this scene. I've had so hard time finding a man. I've been with my boyfriend for a little over a year now, but at first he was so sketchy about it. He was like, I don't know, I Googled you, I like looked you up, and, and he's like, I don't know.
He was shook.
Oh yeah. Word. But so he got over it, and he was just like, wow, I just like didn't realize like what it was. Like, yeah, you're showing like almost all of you, but you're making so much money from it. And I'm not a bad person. I'm not like over here. Like, people think I'm out in the wild. I'm at Wawa stripping down for everybody. Word. Like, everyone thinks that these only girls are just so fucking wild and shit. Like, no, we're just normal people. But we like to be nude. Like, I rather be nude. Like, I love walking around. I feel like my photos, I look better nude. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's a whole different life once you like really look into it, I feel.
Well, I also feel like women in general, they have tried to keep clothes on y'all forever. Yeah. Forever. And now we live in a day and age where people are expressing their opinion a little bit more. You feel what I'm saying? Now y'all have an outlet to really be yourself. So I don't blame you for that. Now I have a question for you. How long was that adjustment period for him? Like, after, like, oh, I Googled you. Like, oh, no, not like, how long did he have to take, like, to adjust it? Okay, like, you are a good person. Like, I have nothing to worry about.
Well, he's a chef, so I kept going to his restaurant, and I would like send back my food and like kept asking for the chef. And then I was like, why doesn't he like me? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I have all these people in my DMs, and this motherfucker doesn't like me. What the fuck? So it took maybe like 3 months of me almost like creeping on him. Like, I was like, come on, like, I like you. And he's like, this girl, why does she want me? Like, I don't get it. So that's what he kept saying. And he just said, I guess I was just so persistent, I guess. And I just like kept saying it. And then the first month or two, he was like a little jealous, like any guy would be, like asking to see it. Like, are you sure you don't do this? Like, because I don't fuck on OnlyFans. I don't do that. But he was like double checking it, like, let me actually see it. You know what I mean? And I feel like obviously communication is key. So as long as like, I mean, if you were dating somebody, she better give up the phone and show you her OnlyFans and like actually see what is going on, you know?
I know there's probably some guys who rather not see it. Like, all right, if you're doing it, I'd rather not see it. Right? Like, try to avoid the fact.
But that's a big trust thing as well. I feel like if you don't trust each other, then that has a huge effect.
Oh, yeah. It's like a recipe for disaster. Like you said, you might as well communicate that, nip it, quick, handle it, done. Word.
And I know, I bet it's harder for you because I know there's a stigma between like modeling runway, fashion models, and then the OnlyFans models. So I've known I didn't get a few jobs because I have an OnlyFans. Like, there's a lot of stigma. Like, Fashion Week girls, like most of them, they're not allowed to have OnlyFans. Like my OnlyFans friend that lives in New York, she was at the YSL Fashion Week or whatnot, but they didn't want her like to model there because of an OnlyFans, but they still like invited her there. Like,
it's like watch. Wow.
You know, that's
because they still wanted her clout, probably.
One, they wanted her clout. Two, if you're so triggered by, why are you looking for it? Why are you looking for that? Not like I hate when people go look for problems. And if it's so much of a problem, it's legal. It's not like I'm selling drugs or anything. If it's so much of a problem, like, just unsign me. Like, kick me off. That's corny to me. That's corny that people get blocked.
And it's because they don't understand the modeling aspect of it either. Like, you're adding to the stereotype and the shaming. Like,
yeah. Because we're not about to sit here and act like the modeling world is just all peaches and cream. It ain't. It ain't that. Like, at least on OnlyFans, it's authentic. You feel me? Like, everybody out here being themselves. Like y'all said, y'all have more freedom versus like the modeling world. We want to act like it's a little bit authentic, but a lot of people have stories that they'll never really be able to tell because like they don't want to ruin the bag for themselves, and now they trying to ruin the bag for y'all too by blocking blessings, which I hate. That's sad. That's trash. That's real trash.
Yeah. So we are coming to the end of the episode, but I have one last question for you. What is your definition of success or successful person?
My definition of a successful person is a person who strives to be better than themselves that they were yesterday. If you wake up every single day, because I have a vision board in my room, so everything has to get checked off by the end of the week or month. If you wake up every day saying, how can I be the best version of Sam? How can I be the best version of Murray? How can I be the best version of Prince? That's success. that is success. So once you get to that like zeal, once you get to that point of like, oh, you have all the money in the world, you won't really feel like that's the defining moment. No, you've been making defining moments by becoming better.
Because every day you're crushing at least one more goal.
Just one is progress. Your attitude determines your altitude. So always remember that for sure. So that's the definition of a successful person to me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think that you're very well spoken. I know you just said that you're going to be having your own podcast.
Yes. Thank you. Look. So I came to, like I said, the podcast. This is the podcast. Y'all need to tune in. If y'all not tuned in already, tune in right now for sure. So I will be having a podcast coming out in October, speaking about high school basketball and all sports, politics, and I'll have many guests on it because I feel like it's a subject that has not been spoken about, and there's a lot of routes that these kids end up turning to due to the politicking of sports. So tune in. It is coming soon. I promise. I'm going to try to keep up with the quality of the podcast.
And coming from Prince, we know it will be. It's going to be fire.
Thank you. This is like, I love being here on set. I'm calling this on set because you guys were extremely professional, clean, organized. I love it. For sure.
Yeah, you came ready too.
Word. Always. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Everyone's... Please follow Prince.
Yes.
I can't say the last name right.
All right, so everybody follow me, Prince Hungoni. It will be in the screen description. It will be somewhere, but you'll be able to find it. Prince Hun, like honey, go, like go is a green light. Knee. That's your knee. You'll be able to find me. This is literally my Snapchat. It's my Instagram. I don't have Twitter. I don't have anything else, but Prince Hungoni.
You should make a Twitter.
I had one.
You're a talker.
I deleted it though.
I've had 3 and deleted them. And then 3 months ago, she was like, get back on Twitter. And now it's my new favorite.
Really?
Like, it doesn't give me the bad mental health at Instagram. It's a free-for-all. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
And you can be authentic a lot easier on Twitter, I think.
Yeah.
I think I only deleted it because I feel like I had Twitter in 6th grade. There was a little bit controversial things I was saying.
Make a new one.
Yeah.
Make a new
Start
one.
fresh.
Start fresh. It'll be Prince Hungoni too if y'all find it. Word, for sure.
All right, guys. Well, happy Halloween. It's
Yes,
Halloween
happy
month.
Halloween.
It's spooky season.
Happy Halloween for sure. And check out their fits.
Hey.
Yes.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, share with your mom and dad, your sister.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Oh, that was mad fun. For sure.